Hello, everyone. Welcome to At This Moment. We're just at the end of the tour. Look, thank you so much for listening. If you are living in the UK, I'm starting the next tour starting November 2nd. I have added a show in Manchester because one of the shows is already sold out. So that's the gig I'm going to plug right now. There is a new show. We only have a small amount of time to actually sell tickets to this show. So get your tickets now because the other Manchester show is sold out. What are you up to, Amos?
I get back to America and I am going to Charlotte, Greenville, South Carolina, Phoenix. I'm going to be at Skankfest. And I've added all my shows to all the awesome people that came out in Europe. So my Amsterdam shows are sold out, but we're going to add another one coming to Helsinki, coming to Tallinn. And I might add a few more cities, probably Zagreb. And if you think I should come to your town, let us know. But on today's podcast, we're wrapping up the tour that was basically, I think it was like 25 different cities, 6 weeks. We're fucked.
So
we're broken. We look like shit.
We're going to give you two podcasts at one. We recorded one podcast and then it just derailed and we spoke about Amos's magnets for a long time. We also talked about Greta Thunberg and we talked about a museum that we really enjoyed. But we have another podcast that's look, just keep listening. It's going to be a little bit all over the place, but we've got good stuff. We cover the guy who lost the hard drive that they're trying to find worth $1 billion. We talked about, what was the other thing we just spoke about? People trying to buy houses with their mates.
We covered all the news stories we could possibly think of in the 8 minutes of prep that we do for this podcast, but it was mostly an intervention about my new hobby. Thanks very much to everybody.
If you want to hear Greta Thunberg have a kicking, enjoy.
That's what's happening at this moment.
All right, so hello everyone. So as we said,
as
we said in the intro, this is two podcasts that we're splicing together. So this is going to be the first half of the podcast, and then you will hear the Magnet podcast. The Magnet podcast, we also talk about different things that we just mentioned in our intro. So we're actually going to talk about the Magnet podcast is more of a personal podcast about our travels.
I'll be honest with you. If we had a Patreon, it's a Patreon episode.
Yeah, we had a Patreon episode about our travels. And we're going to do a quick little 30-minute one for you now if you're sitting in your car about things that we've read that are going on at the moment.
We lack faith in the Magnet chat because we care about you, the listener.
I just didn't think the Magnet stuff was good enough, but maybe it'll go. We're funny in it. You'll enjoy it.
I think I just had a lot of self-revelation and shame.
Well, we went on about Greta Thunberg a lot. That's always entertaining. So if you want to hear that, but it'll just splice in and then you'll go, what has happened? And it'll just be us talking. Anyway. So what do we got going on at the moment, mate?
Okay, so some news stories I wanted to cover. Obviously, housing market's very difficult for the generation that's trying to get in, particularly, your millennial, your Gen Z, your Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
Brutal cost of living.
Terrible.
Few trends are starting to emerge, and I thought I'd read this story, which I've thought about often myself, and I think every pair of close friends has at some point. And this is what the trend is. Young tradies who have been working together on the building sites since they were 19 have revealed the workaround they have to enter the property market. Jared, 26, lives on the Gold Coast as a plumber. He rents a share house and is careful with his spending, yet cannot afford to buy his first home. The median price for a home in the Gold Coast has reached $1.32 million.
$1.32 million. So what is the deposit on a house these days?
I think you need... Is
50,000? 60,000?
10 to 20%? 10% or 20%?
No, it's 100,000 for that house.
Yeah, you need that money up there.
Right.
And a lot of banks are not, the interest rates are
not giving the loans anymore.
So they're seeing a massive trend, according to some bank data, of two mates getting together and going, we'll buy the house together. So instead of being flatmates in a share house...
Oh, because they get the asset.
They get the asset and then they split the asset.
But what if you stop getting along? Then it's like a divorce. Then you have to sell it. And then you have to all that. Or do you think it's also, I'm looking at the photo here, do you think it's like a couple of blokes that are like, why are you buying the house together, Dale? Oh, look, just tell Grandma that we're mates. That we're buying the house together.
It's a strange bedfellows thing.
We're moving up to the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And we're buying a house together because of the interest rates. And it's just too hard for young blokes. And we're going to be bringing girls back all the time.
Dude, that is funny. The woman, an old lady in the nursing home. Well, they live together because of the harshness of because of Anthony Albanese.
It's because the Labor Party have stuffed this country. They've completely stuffed it. That my grandson and his Puerto Rican friend, who he brought over from a holiday, they had to buy a house together.
he's the one without the glow stick.
Yes.
The guy with the glow stick. Now, they're just close friends. And
Yes, and they both grew moustaches, the same moustache each, just as a bit of a laugh.
And they can't afford air conditioning. That's why they wear the little short shorts.
Yes,
Stay cool in Queensland.
Yes, bloody hard to find girls up on the Gold Coast. They don't seem to be dating much.
So this is what they say. We both just want a house and we were struggling to get in. So we thought, why not go in together and get into the market? The plan is to buy a home in the Goldie that requires a reno and fix it up together. This is starting to sound very gay.
Yeah.
This is a block couple from the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah. Like the construction worker. By the way, I should mention this. On this tour of Britain, I've been coming out to Macho Man on stage. Village people, we love you. Gay or not gay. It's good. It's fun to walk out to.
Are you paying your APRA on that?
Huh?
Do you have to pay for that?
Well, come and sue me. I'm waiting for the village people to come at me.
It's an increasingly competitive market, and these blokes are saying that the pair can now afford to buy something that's around $900,000, and they've decided they'd get a much better house and they'd be happier, and they'd probably be flatmates anyway. Yeah. So when I bought my home when I did radio, I had a mate move in with me immediately, and he said to me, he helped me pay the rent, and he did say to me, "Fuck me, I'm here paying off your rent with you. Should have just gone in." And I said, "Who goes in with a friend? Like, same thing." We might not get on.
If you mustered together the deposit, that's your house. You had to get together the deposit.
Now, in your lifetime,
yes,
was there ever a moment, because I think I've had maybe one or two friendships.
I've bought houses for women.
Yeah, just bought them. Just outright.
Yeah, just giving them houses.
Can I tell the audience what you say about beautiful women you see on the street?
What do I say?
He sees a beautiful woman, usually one that's working in an occupation. Like, she might be a pretty woman that works at the TSA in the airport, and he'll go, "Oh, what's she doing that for? I'd just buy her a house."
Just buy her a house.
I've given houses away.
That's what the old joke is. It's better. Save yourself getting married. Why don't you find someone you hate and give them a house? But I always look at like good-looking women like, you could have gotten a house out of me. I would have just dated you.
Have you ever had like a mate where you guys have been living together and you go, "You know what? We're not going to get married. The two of us will just buy a house." I
have a mate who's the same age as me who suggests that to me all the time, that we should get a house together, and I'd live there. I'd take care of it. It'll be an investment property for you, and then I would own half because I'd pay the rent, but I would maintain it. So he basically wants to take away the rent from a house that I buy a deposit on. It's not a good plan.
And he sort of vacuums it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does the lawns.
Yes.
Like, because I remember when you were single before you got married and I was living in your house.
Yes.
And there was a period where I was like, "Come on, man, you're getting back in the game. What for? We're young. We're two Aussie lads in LA. Yeah. What are you going down that path for? I could just live here." Yeah. You were like, "I do have a life outside of just sort of watching baseball with you, and like, I don't mind your company, but I actually like having a woman over." And I was like, "Fuck."
It would have been all right, but eventually it always ends.
But you said, and
I
think
every party that's ever happened, there has to be a woman to stop it.
You said to me at that time, if I ever got divorced again, and I was thinking, maybe I'll get to move into this nice house, you said, my brother and I, if we both end up single, would just end up buying a house and living in it together.
Me and my brother's retirement plan, and if our wives are listening, is to live in a couple of apartments and play video games, like just over the hall from each other.
Yeah.
We don't live together.
A Kramer-Jerry situation.
Yeah, Kramer-Jerry. We're always over at each other's house, but if we need separation, we can have separation, and we play video games in separate rooms and talk to each other on the headsets.
I love, and I'm...
As an old man, that's my retirement
I know sisters that have done this where they buy a house together. I think you can't do it with friends, but you can buy a house with siblings.
I couldn't live in the same one, but an apartment on the beach, nice view, next to each other.
Okay, so that much you would do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to the next topic, which I wanted to get going, was Shut Up! Is about a man who lost a hard drive.
Yeah.
This story...
This is terrible. Okay.
This story carries on. It's going viral again on X at the moment, and it breaks my heart every time I see it, and I'll always engage with this content. It's about a man who goes by the name of James Howes, who mistakenly disposed of a laptop hard drive that contained a private key
in 2013
for 8,000 Bitcoin.
8,000 Bitcoin. That at the time cost him about $100,000 to buy?
It was he bought it in 2013 or whatever. It can't have been much. It was like $100,000 worth.
Yeah.
And
that's the problem with investments. I was like, I was around in 2013. I should have done that. What was I doing?
Dude, I have a joke.
I'm like a 1-year-old.
I have a joke on ABC Comedy.
Yeah.
I think the joke was me going, my ex-girlfriend and our relationship was like Bitcoin, mostly online, very unstable, and no one gave a fuck about me talking about it. It was a joke I posted.
I remember you doing that joke.
And that was 10 years old. And the top comment underneath the video is a guy who said, however much they paid you to make this joke, if you'd put on Bitcoin, you wouldn't have to do comedy anymore.
Yeah, true that.
I think about that all the time. So this guy's name's James Howes. He's done a 10-year search because he has 950 mil on the hard drive that he accidentally
right,
tossed.
but how much is it costing him to do the search? 950. It's $1 billion hard drive, and it's in a tip somewhere. And how did he accidentally throw it out?
Okay, it says the Bitcoin is in Docksway landfill in Newport, Wales. So are you going to Wales on the tour?
I am. I'm going to be in Cardiff.
I think they should. I believe personally
for $1 billion it's worth. Yeah.
Okay, he's obviously given up and abandoned on the tip. If you're the Newport landfill tip or James, I think you should make it an experience where people can
but
pay.
Isn't there a way that Bitcoin could just reimburse you because they don't physically exist?
No, but this is back in that time where it was taken off the chain. It was put onto hard drives, so it actually doesn't exist in cyberspace. It was more protected and encrypted because it goes inside
a wallet
drive
or something.
Into
yeah.
some wallet. I don't understand. Obviously, I'm fucking clueless. But what about making that like an experience where you pay £100 to have an hour go at digging?
Mm.
Do you think people would do that where they turn up as a treasure hunt?
I think people will be in there right now just hearing this podcast. There's got to be people digging out there. But also, it's in landfill. Is it definitely in that landfill?
Let's find out about this. How's subsequently...
And also, hasn't it been in the rain and the weather and the elements? Like, does it still work?
How's subsequently assembled a team of specialists and secured...
Specialists. I've been to Wales. Please don't tell me that there's a specialist. I like to dig up hard drives. That is what I do. A lovely day. I'm a specialist at it.
Well, to be fair, after Margaret Thatcher, they go on and on about how they closed the pits.
Oh, yeah. Once she came in and closed the mines. Yeah, there's a whole lot of diggers out there that don't know what they're doing.
All these boys that used to go down there and get coal are ticking off every single day with the wife.
And literally these people over the course of time have lost their drive.
Okay, so he says he has secured funding. So basically, someone's helped him pay for it. He would have offered them a share.
You get 10% if you find it.
This is the start of a movie, by the way, where you reach out to some expert in waste management who goes out with you. Okay, Newport City Council have refused permission to carry on, citing the cost and environmental impact of the search. Probably Greta.
How did he say that he lost it? And he was a computer engineer. That's got to be it, right? He just had so many fucking hard drives dicking about.
Here we go. So James Howes, a Welsh computer engineer, began building computers at the age of 13, became a Napster user around the time of Bitcoin's inception, and learned about encryption while working at Bowman Communication Systems. He taught himself about Bitcoin in December of 2008 and began studying the concept. After the 2008 financial crisis, he considered fiat currencies a scam. We all watched those YouTube videos. I was big into that myself. Favouring the vision of Bitcoin inventor Nakamoto instead. He became an early adopter, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, he started mining Bitcoin on a Dell XPS laptop. He recalled mining 400 to 800 Bitcoin intermittently overnight for 2 months, which caused his device to overheat. Howes later damaged the device and dismantled it for parts, selling some on eBay. The laptop contained 32 kilobytes worth of Bitcoin private keys, which he also used for gaming and held music, emails, and photograph. The Telegraph considers Howes one of the earliest miners of Bitcoin. Yes. But how did he dispose of it? Okay, between June 20 and the 10th of August 2013, Howes accidentally disposed of the hard drive, mistaking one device for another. Classic old mixer.
The other one's just got a bit of port on it.
He managed to keep a Janet Jameson highlights reel.
It's just an old Brie Olsen fucking, oh no.
And the movie Euro Trip.
Yeah.
The disposed hard drive contained the cryptographic private key of 8,000 Bitcoin, which was valued 500,000 at the time. So he was doing pretty well for himself.
That should have been in a safe or something. It should have been in.
So already extremely clumsy. I thought this might be, it's $1,000 worth. You know how people used to buy pizzas with it and stuff?
Yeah.
No, it was £500,000 worth. According to reports, Hyphina Eddie Evans, Howe's partner at the time, here we go.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Yeah, God, what did she do?
Took the rubbish with the hard drive to the tip. Landfill. According to Eddie Evans, Howes begged her to take the unwanted items to the tip. She denies fault. What a couple's argument, by the way.
Is he still with her?
I have no idea.
That's got to be an icy fucking every now and again. Did you leave the toilet set up? What? What? Hey, can you throw that thing out for me? Maybe you should do that.
How many times when she's taking out the trash, or he's taking out the trash, he goes, "You want to double check that?"
Yeah, when she opens the fridge and goes, "Did you just put this milk back in the fridge with this amount?" I did. I save things.
Okay, so she denies fault is such, and then it's got a citing on Wikipedia. Citing. So obviously there's an article where she's gone, "It's not my fucking fault." Howe said he subconsciously blames her for the loss of the hard drive.
Subconsciously.
I got to pull this up and find where that article is. This is the juicy stuff.
Yeah.
Right. That is $500 million in Bitcoin lost in the dump. We'll get back to that in a second. Now, by November 2013, the device was approximately 3 to 5 feet underground in Docksway Landfill, Newport, with an approximate value at that time of £4 million.
Okay, so she did take it. She physically took it there. It wasn't like it just left the trash and we assume it went there.
Yeah,
because I'm going to go out there with a shovel myself.
So she took it out there.
Oh, but it's so deep now. It's so deep.
Yes, exactly. At the time, Howes accepted the coins were lost for good. That's at $4 million. Newport City Council notes that the hard drive was likely buried under 25,000 cubic metres of waste and earth, weighing approximately 110 to 200,000 tonnes.
Right, what you need is big diggers and a sift.
Just a sift of flour.
Yeah, like a sift that gets all the other garbage out and is the right size for a hard drive.
CNN have said that finding the device would be almost impossible. The former manager of the landfill site says the hard drive is located in a 15,000-tonne section named Cell 2, where waste was buried between August and November 2013. The site holds 1.4 million tonnes in total. Okay, so at this point he's gone, it's fucking lost.
But then as the Bitcoin went up,
it starts, and then this is
then they start
2013.
going, well...
In December of 2017, Wired reported the Newport Council refused to allow Howes. So at this point, his life's kind of over because he's thinking, I've got $1 billion waiting there, so it probably is worth more to me to just focus my life on finding that at some point.
Yeah. But everybody's got the same information he has. But he has the password. So it doesn't matter if I find it, right?
Yes, he has the password. Yeah. So he probably could have told people, I'll give you a cut. According to Howes, the proposed search involved the first case, unrelated to a criminal investigation of excavating a landfill site in the UK. The council cited cost concerns, environmental impact, galvanic corrosion of the device, and the potential of treasure hunters breaking the law. Initially, the council took a soft approach to the situation, indicating they would return the device if found. Listen to this. So the council's original thing was, if we find it, we'll give it back to you. But we're a bit busy for now. Thank you. We're out of office.
Oh, yes. Okay.
As though it might just one day turn up and they go, write down what it looked like. It's like losing an item on the airlines.
Yeah.
What did it look like? Give us a description of the item. And if it turns up...
They're not going to do anything. They've decided to do nothing.
In January 2021, after repeatedly requesting access to search the device, so this is from 2013 at this point, Howes offered the council 25% of the proceedings of the then value of $200 million. He offered to donate $52 million to the council, which would go to the 316,000 people of the town of Newport, equivalent to £175 per person. The council refused, claiming Howes' offer was in breach of licensing regulations. Fucking councils. Howes believes the drive is still functioning due to the protective casing and the anti-corrosive cobalt layer. This is where it gets interesting. To support the efforts, he got the financial support of a hedge fund with whom he would then split 50%.
Yeah, okay, fair
So
deal.
they bought in. He believes that using the council waste records, they can help identify the location of the device and begin the sifting. So they give this a go. The excavation is costing £5 million.
Right. Okay, that's a fair price.
So are you risking £5 million to find £1 billion? If you're this bloke.
If you're a hedge fund person,
you're a hedge fund?
The hedge fund, and they're going to get 500 million for the 5 million. Yeah, I think that's a fair bet.
Because that's an interesting thing that comes up at the.
It depends how. Like I haven't got this information. I don't have.
You don't think Goldman Sachs would go over that, or Merrill Lynch?
Yeah.
Just sideways pitch here. Would anyone bring anything to the table? We're thinking of digging and sifting through a waste pit in Wales.
Yeah.
There's a bloke there that thinks he can find $1 billion. So they don't say who it was. In August 22, Howes expanded his search plan to include the use of AI and a mechanical arm to scan waste to identify the hard drive. The plan also called for using drones and a Boston Dynamics robot dog, as well as recruiting AI specialists. So at this point, we're up to $11 million.
Sure.
Additionally, Howes now intend to develop a community-owned mining facility on the landfill. What would be funny, as I think about it right now, is that they do spend about $30 million and then Bitcoin crashes. Like, if you were making this a movie, he finds it after 110,000 tons of cubic pressure and it's just wiped.
Yeah, look, he's not going to find it. That's the end of that. That guy has to live with that the rest of his life, and he brings it up at parties, and that woman just goes, "Not my fault. He left it on the bench."
You think his kids will hear about that?
I don't think he'll have kids, not with that woman.
No? Do you think they're together?
No, there's no way in the world. You couldn't stay with that. There'd be too much resentment. There'd be too much resentment.
James Howard's wife. Let's see if they're... What's your bet? Your bet is they're together or they're not?
My bet is that it's not the same wife. I bet he has a different one.
I just typed in James Howell's wife, top search. Hyphina Eddie Evans, ex-girlfriend of James Howes.
Yeah, no, he couldn't stay with her.
Okay, so unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the $1 billion worth of Bitcoin is still there in Wales.
Yeah.
So I think it was that you will have... Will this be... It's not as cool as like treasure hunting for gold coins in the Atlantic Ocean.
No, but she every now and again is at a party going, he left it on the bench, right? He said to take the garbage. Why do you leave a fucking hard drive on a fucking bench?
It was worth £500,000.
Yeah.
It's his mistake. I can't do Welsh, but...
No. Well, you have to speak
sing
lovely,
song.
singy.
And so that story to me has to have a movie. But it has a documentary which is coming out.
It needs an ending.
Yeah, so does this.
If there's no ending.
Well, how do you make the
Also,
ending?
doesn't Bitcoin have some type of, like, it's not a real thing. It doesn't actually exist. I don't understand.
There's the bloke.
Can't they just go, we'll give it back to you. We know it's in the landfill. You have your receipts.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of Bitcoin is it's all private, So that's why I don't think many people will be using that anymore where they have it like stored on a stick somewhere.
Yeah, I always thought it was stored.
What if you lose the password?
I lose my passwords all the time.
Imagine
I can't remember anything. Can't you just go, I need to reset password?
Hank, Charlie, Jeffrey.
I don't tell everyone my password.
Alcoholocaust. 1, 2, 3. I bet that's what it is.
No.
Gun control guy. 69.
Yeah. Gun control guy. Sexier than he looks.
Up, Gunter, up.
Actually, that was one of my passwords for a very basic thing, like a Netflix account or something way back in the day.
Up, Gunter, up.
Yeah, it was one that I didn't care if someone hacked into it.
Okay, that's one of our last stories. Here's some other quick fire ones. We're going back to America. I was like, what's going on over there?
Sure.
Donald Trump has got supposedly troops in Portland.
Yeah.
So we're going into a war zone, Chicago. Conor McGregor is no longer running for president. He didn't get the required amount of votes on. He's also tested positive for drugs.
Yeah, he's very clearly on drugs. When he was looking at the moon the other day, he fucking...
Look at that fucking moon.
Look at it. It's normally not that high. It's quite low.
Unbelievable. Look at the size of that moon.
Yeah, he's having a good time.
And last one is Elon Musk is in bitter new battle with McDonald's.
Why?
Elon Musk has turned Burger King as he takes the fast food fight to McDonald's in his latest controversial venture.
What has he bought Burger King?
Tesla has
He's got the Tesla burger that you're going to have robots and stuff like that.
Tesla Diner
Yeah,
at the
I've heard about these.
Supercharger hub. So I guess like all fast food was originally built around particularly like gas stations, right? There's a lot of chains that built around the idea of cars have to stop and fill up. And
KFC started that way. It was like a gas station and all that type of
so
stuff.
it makes sense that when there's charging stations for a Tesla, they would have a fast food chain.
It is, because a lot of the charging stations are next to In-N-Out burgers along California. And so you go into the In-N-Out and you fucking charge your car. I've done that.
So you're getting home back to LA.
Yeah.
So why don't you go through and test this for us?
Where is it?
So Tesla's taken on new rival McDonald's with its Tesla Diner and Supercharger hub. Originally promised by Musk in 23, the diner opened in late July in LA and has managed to sell as many hamburgers in its first full quarter as an average McDonald's does across the United States.
Right,
Tesla is
so-
selling 704 burgers a day.
Well, that's how many burgers McDonald's sells.
Yeah. Tesla's burger is twice as much.
It's a good-looking burger.
$13.50.
Yeah,
Tesla
McDonald's
burger.
is expensive now, though. McDonald's is not cheap. McDonald's used to be a cheap food that you could get with your fucking pocket money as a kid when you were nicking out of school at lunch. It's like now you get like a meal is like $15.
Yeah, we got a truffle one the other day. They've lost their way.
No, they're and it's not like their quality has gone through the fucking roof. They're the same price as In-N-Out McDonald's, same price as In-N-Out. You're not in the same league, not the same fucking league.
Didn't McDonald's, though, they had to change the recipe to make it better actual beef in America? I think they had to actually fix it.
Sometimes you could actually just see the corn and the shit of the meat from the fucking animal eating.
And I've had it since, and I don't notice it. If you're eating McDonald's, you're not worried about your body. You want cheap and tasty.
They've launched it in Australia.
Tesla launched FSD Supervisor in Australia, which has been well received by local owners. Have been waiting years for promise of autonomy. Yeah, so we've been gone 6 weeks, and by the time we get back,
Tesla burger.
there's Tesla burger.
And you can order the burger
From
the
your
car.
car.
From the car, it comes up. You've sold me, Elon. I'm in again. Whatever you want, Elon.
So-
you know the way to my heart, son. The hamburger that I can order from my car.
Will you do this when you get back for us?
100%. 100%.
Take the kids?
Ah, yes. You know me.
You get Hank and Charlie out there on the road?
I'll take the Tesla blood money right now.
Wasn't that long ago that everyone was calling him a fascist, but he brings out his sandwiches.
Yeah, bloody fascist. He's trying to take. When we started this podcast, he was doing the Hitler salute, and now he's won me over again with a burger.
Listen, it's easy to get your affinity.
Yeah.
It really is.
I'm only a chicken sandwich away from any like hot dogs.
More like a
It's got
kebab.
chicken and waffles, tuna melt. I don't care for a tuna melt. The burger looks all right.
Diner Club.
And then it's a stupid sundae. I hate Sundays. You just have ice cream. You don't have to fucking top it up with things.
All right, so that's really what's happening at this moment. Is there any other stories that you'd heard of?
I think that's pretty good.
I haven't
because-
remembered. Honestly, I haven't remembered. For a topical podcast, you leave America
Yeah.
and you just don't check the news, or certainly it's harder to keep up with everything, or you just don't give a fuck.
Well, think about
Like, I'm in Estonia.
Think about the times before the internet. Well, not even times before the internet. Before the internet was what it is now. Before smartphones, when the internet was. When I moved to England in 2001, I didn't have a laptop. I had a phone, but the phone didn't have the internet on it. Right? I didn't know who the Australian Prime Minister was. I didn't know anything that was going on in Australia for years. I had no idea what was going on in Australia.
Kind of amusing that you ended up being a political commentator on a talk show.
Yeah, but I didn't know what was going on in Australian sport. I didn't know what was going up around the world or anything. Now, because you got your phone and everything, fucking, you know. But even with all this stuff, when you're out of a country, you just don't pay attention.
Well, not only that, I mean, I just focus on where I'm at. So I was looking yesterday at the deputy mayor's race in Tallinn, and I looked at the policies of the four different people. You saw me doing that.
Yeah, I looked at the photos. I made my decision off the photos.
I think that's what everyone
There was
does.
one bloke that I liked the look of the most, and you didn't like him. You thought he looked too Weasley. I thought they all looked Weasley.
See, you and I can't really agree on anything on politics. We're at a bus station waiting to get a car to an Estonian casino, and we can see the ads for mayor. And Jim goes, I like him. And I go, that guy looks like a fucking cuck. And then I picked a guy, and you're like, that guy looks like an uptight right-winger. And I went, it's just deeply coded inside us.
Yeah, it's deeply. It's the smirk of a smile.
I was my guy who looked like he was privately educated.
If someone shows teeth, I'm into them. If they go like this.
Yeah, my guy
I can't
definitely.
vote for you. If you've got a closed mouth smile, I won't do it.
My guy was definitely a Putin puppet.
Well, this is the end of this podcast, and it's going to stream into another podcast where we introduce ourselves for the next podcast, but it's all the same podcast. Enjoy it. There's lots of talk about Greta Thunberg and magnets coming up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to At This Moment. We are celebrating right now with 2 bottles of water, which I don't even know if they were complimentary or not, but we're drinking €6 worth of hotel water to celebrate.
Bloody wonderful.
Whatever that is. To end the tour, 25 cities. We've actually, I say it's the end of this chunk. You've still got more dates ahead.
I go home for about 3 weeks, and then I come back. As I just told you in the intro, that there's shows coming up in Manchester. We just added another show there to get tickets for that. But I go back on the road. In Manchester is where we start the tour, November 2nd. Extra date added. But this is the end of going around Europe non-stop. I've been away from my kids. This is the longest I've been away from my children. I'm terribly homesick, but thank God the gigs were worth it. The crowds were great. This was worth the trip.
Yeah.
But
We're in Estonia right now with Russian jets flying overhead.
To sound sappy, I can't wait to get home and kiss my wife and hug my kids. Or the other way. No, we'll do it that way. well, it's right, yeah, but I can't wait to get home.
You know, I don't know if you want to share this or not, but you did say something, and my friends who travel for a living all have the same feelings, which was, you said your son, after
my little boy
doesn't give a toss about you anymore.
For 2 weeks, when he coming home, oh, it's going to be a while, and then the 4-year-olds, they just, oh, well, screw you, man.
He learned to live without you.
Yeah. They move on. Like, if I died, this kid would adjust pretty quick, I think. No, he
hasn't known you long enough.
No, but they move on as a defense mechanism because Dad's not there.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I'm not going to get to see him.
Do you ever think that maybe Jack, while you've been away,
you won't talk to me on the phone now. Jack's moved on. Jack's completely moved on. Jack, I'm still paying Jack, and I asked Jack to do a task the other day, and he just went, "You're not my real dad." And just hung up the phone.
He's currently washing different comedians' cars at the comedy store.
Jack had one job, and I know he's listening to this right now. He had one job.
No, he's not. I keep asking him to edit the podcast.
He never does.
If you want to bitch about him, let's go for it.
We always go, edit point, Jack.
I could have been sued with defamation, the amount of things he's left in there. Luckily, I have no career for him, Dan.
But his one job was to keep my car covered, right? Because I park it outside, and keep my car covered and to turn over the engine.
Yeah.
Right? To make sure the engine still works. Now,
minimal work.
Of course, my wife could do this, but that's, I don't think my wife understands that you have to turn over an engine to keep the battery going.
But also, you're paying him. You got to,
Oh, yeah, I'm paying. And also, my wife's doing things like taking care of the children. You know what I mean? Like, she's got shit to do.
Do you think, though, is there any part of you...
Yeah.
What was the statistical chances? Given that we're in Estonia, one of the homes of gambling and online gambling, if we were to put a betting market out right now, you get home and Jack is there with his arm around Daisy and he goes, "We need to talk."
Oh, that's very minimal. Very minimal.
Where would we put that at?
Has
that ever happened?
I've been watching the Ed Gein Monsters series.
Yeah.
Right? Ed Gein, he was the inspiration for Psycho. He was the inspiration for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Alfred Hitchcock was obsessed with the guy.
I'm wondering where this link is coming with Jack.
He would dig up bodies, cut off heads. He would have sex with corpses, and he still had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right? And he was like, and he sort of spoke like this, and he was just, oh, gee golly, I don't know if I want to do that. Not only, in the miniseries, where I'm up to, he's already had sex with 2 women that have chased him down to have sex with him, and he lives in a small town.
And he's known as a killer at this point?
One of them goes back and there's bones and stuff in the house, but he's like, even without the killing... They put him in a mental home. They never put him in a prison because he's just a weird guy.
So you think Jack has this affect because he's actually a killer?
No, I'm saying that Jack lives in LA where there's a big population of women. This guy did it in a fucking small town and was super creepy and killing women and still getting laid. I don't know.
He's a bad boy. That's all I wanted to know is...
He's a bad boy.
All I wanted to know is... What would you say if your wife... That's a good prank.
My point is that, no, Jack's got to have a girlfriend before he steals another man's wife. He's not wife stealing ready.
Yeah. Oh, hold on.
There we go. We got the missus is ringing
my girlfriend's calling me.
Fiance.
Hello. Yeah, fiance. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, you're on the podcast. We're trying to get this done. Thanks for interrupting.
Oh, sorry. Okay, bye. Love you.
No, we're talking about the excitement of coming home to our loved ones. Are you pumped?
Amos just said that there's a chance
Oh,
that
God.
when we get home, that my wife Tazy would have run off with Jack. What do you reckon the chances?
Oh, I feel really strongly about that. Go, Jack.
She says go, Jack.
Go, Jack. Actually, he's been through such a dry patch. I think that'd be good for him.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I love this for you too. Like,
training was on.
there's more chance that I can rebuild my life than him getting laid. So I think it's probably for the best.
And you know he's going to be a nice stepdad. He's already accustomed with your children.
My kids love him. He's a good guy.
There's worse guys out there.
He's the worst guy.
There's a chance you're getting a divorce at some point.
If someone, okay, so when Eric Clapton's missus was, when George Harrison had Eric Clapton steal his wife,
Yeah.
and George Harrison was like this, well, I'm happy because, he's a good guy. She could have run
what
off
I'm
with
saying.
some type of arsehole.
That's exactly what I mean. It's actually not the worst scenario. Did I say to you earlier, Annie, I was telling Jim, not on the podcast, that I've been sending you videos of dads coming home and children running up, and I was like...
Wait a minute. Wait, you didn't tell. You've been finding videos of dads coming home. I've always had a problem with this, right? Whenever there's like a guy coming back from the military,
Yeah.
and it's like Christmas, and there's a big box under the tree, and then he comes out and he's like, way, and then the kids are like, oh, they start crying. Those videos will get you. Those videos will get
That's
you.
what I'm on the internet for.
Right. But you can't do those because there's soldiers who die, right? And then you come down for Christmas and you've got a new bike. Or is it dead? Oh, what about the collar? No, Dad's got, because you can't be surprising your kids that the dad's not coming home and then he does.
Well, it is the content I've been sending Annika, and I did say that I'm excited to see you, but I wish we had a child who was waiting for me at the door, and I feel like my life is meaningless. Not that coming home to you means nothing, but you know what I mean.
Sorry. Well, you can have a kid with Jack.
All right, well, it's good to see you.
I'm gonna go now. Bye.
That's that. Now that'll be footage. That'll be footage of when your missus leaves you and you never had kids. That you'll play that. You can. She never at one stage went, you can have a kid with me.
That was
Never excited.
Annika making a fun podcast debut there.
Yeah, that was Annika. So she's a real person.
Warm.
You can tell there she has the German sense of humour.
I was really thinking about that. I was like, man, it would be awesome to come home to kids. Like, it's good to come home to.
Well, I told my little boy, I said 2 more sleeps a couple of nights ago. Well, last night, because I got to travel.
Yeah.
But the problem is I get home at 11 o'clock at night. Right? So it's like 2 more sleeps, but you'll be asleep when I get back. So it's really 3. I bullshit.
Nah, wake him up.
Yeah, do I wake him up? I remember when Hank was little and me and Kate used to... It was more difficult with Charlie because Charlie was... he was a little bit harder as a baby for different reasons that I don't want to get into now. But when Hank was little, I remember me and Kate used to sit on the couch and like go, let's wake him up and play with him. Because like it's your first kid, and we were like, because it's like when you get like an iPad or something, like there's new technology in the house that you can't. It's like, oh, how is it charged up? I want to use it.
He's like, come on, run around the floor.
I know.
He was better earlier.
I know. And then you'd
He's
hear
flat right
You'd
now.
hear him cry in the middle of the night. Bring him down.
Yeah, no, you don't have that relationship with Charlie. He wants the kip.
No, Charlie just sleeps through the night. He's a great sleeper.
He wants the kip.
And also he wakes up and he just lays there until you come in. He's a good egg like that.
But
that's how you're judged at the beginning of your life, whether you're a good person or not, is how good you are at sleeping. You go, oh, this person's good at sleeping.
That does fade away the moral value in your sleeping. You know, like you can't be a good husband because he sleeps through the night.
Yeah,
How's your husband? Look, he's a deadbeat.
Yeah,
he brings no money in. But I tell you what,
he doesn't wake you up in the morning.
10 p.m. to 7.
At no time. He will sleep from 10 till 10.
Doesn't snore. Actually, to be honest, I take my point back.
He wakes
a non-snoring husband.
He wakes up, he cries, has a tantrum, and then he sleeps for 12 hours.
No, but a woman will say he doesn't snore, and that's why I stayed with him.
Oh, no, I don't snore. I'm snore-free.
That's what's keeping your marriage alive.
And women have always appreciated that.
Yeah, see?
They can look past the bad shag.
That's all women want, is silence through the night.
We were talking about this. So we're at the moment we're in Estonia, and the Estonian women who talked to you about this.
I got friends from Estonia, and There's a lot of Aussies I know that have married Estonians.
And the sponsor of the podcast, Bonnie Blue, has reported this as well, that Australians are the worst shade.
Okay, so on the way out tonight, I'm doing my own show in Estonia. And so I was handing out some flyers saying, come and see me. And there was a lot of older women, older women, but like women in their 40s, 50s, who were like...
My age.
I'd take a photograph. And we already think that, the Estonians in general and all of the Scandi... Nordic type countries have autism as a feature of their whole character.
Autism is cultural.
It is cultural autism, where they'll come up to you and go, I enjoyed the show, but I will never see you again. It was not worth me spending money to see you again. I saw you once and it was okay.
Yes, I enjoyed it. I thought you were very funny, but I thought you were funnier last time. Actually, I thought you were more funny this time, but I don't know how you can improve on this show, so I'm not going to come.
I laughed 3 times. So that's not so good for 90 minutes, but it's better than staying at home.
Yeah, pretty good.
And so the women would come up to me and go, hey, we are married to, I was married to an Aussie guy.
Yes.
I go, oh, yeah, how was it? She goes, they don't do foreplay and they thrash around and they come so quick and are not interested to make love.
We are not good down under.
And my girlfriend would probably attest to this. She's
well, what is foreplay? Like you get to a stage.
That's what the pod's about.
What is it? What is it exactly?
Put it in the comments. What's
what is
foreplay
it exactly?
for you?
Like, because it starts with kissing, right? A kiss, boy.
No.
How about a kiss?
You're already fucking at a bull at a gate. It starts with kissing. It starts with 6 months of being a thinking and caring boyfriend.
It's listening to her.
Listening.
It's caring. It's wondering how her feelings are.
Like, I had Annika on the phone there. She probably was just stepping out from her new job on 30 Rock.
And the fact that you answered, that's foreplay.
Yeah, but you talked all over us, so that turned her back again. Like, we didn't let her get a word in.
Oh, okay.
So, see? You barged over it.
You're going to have to finger her for hours now to get...
No, even with fingering, you got to...
I'm no good at the fingering.
They just want you to...
Women
want you to get close to the pussy.
I used to be good at the fingering, but I have early onset arthritis, and it's getting... I had to sort of give up golf because my hands, when I clench a fist, I have sore hands. And doing that, the come hithery bit, that used to be... The G-spot twiddle was me go-to move. Right. And if I do that now, my hand cramps.
Yeah, I've got gout, so that's my excuse.
I can't... My toes still work, but they don't like that.
What about your tongue? That's not a muscle. Well, it's not a joint, sorry, it's a muscle.
Yeah, but my tongue's so bad that if I lick your pussy smells worse.
So you think you basically are giving infections?
No, I'm all right with that. I'm all right with the tongue. I do all right. Each woman's different. There's some women throughout my life who have enjoyed my work there and others that have written bad reviews.
All my girlfriend wants from me is to respond to the text promptly.
Right.
You see?
Right.
And I'll tell you what my foreplay also is.
Right.
Maybe this is a good time to get into it.
Yeah.
I bring home trinkets from the road.
Right. So Amos we're meant to be talking about what's happening at this moment. Amos oh my goodness. I've never lifted it before.
It's like...
You carry this everywhere.
It's like 18 kilos.
All right. So Amos has a bag. Right.
I'm fucking 80 years old.
That is called Irish Gifts on it.
I got it in Belfast.
Oh, we were in Belfast, right? So Irish Gifts, not even Northern Irish Gifts. There should be no wonder they fucking get angry.
Now, this company's about unity. It's just Irish.
All right, Carol's Irish Gifts. And in it is all the shit that Amos has picked up along the journey.
Half for me, half for her.
If he puts it in the bag weighs too much and you can't get on the plane. So he has to carry this as a separate bag. So he has his backpack and his trinket bag. You couldn't sell this stuff.
It's not good.
If you tried to move it on eBay, you'd get pennies on the dollar.
So when I see my girlfriend, so I get back to New York. So this is a really weird experience because I left LA, where I lived.
Yes.
And in that time, my girlfriend got a job at Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Moved our entire life to New York, got an apartment, got all of the furniture in. So I'm moving into an apartment that I've never been to. That's my place. So
I have kids and I haven't bought anything. I'm going to
You've got one gift to bring?
I will be buying Estonian gifts at the airport.
If they do any research and they see that you're bringing home a Skype magnet or something.
I will. No, I'm not going to bring a magnet, but I'll bring back a little troll doll or something. And some chocolate. I always bring back chocolate, yeah.
So I'll put this out and I'll go, all right, love. So I thought I'd go through some of these gifts.
All right.
And
let me go through it.
And then maybe you'll have some stories about where we were.
Okay, so I know this one. This one is Milan is having the Winter Olympics in 2026. We found out this because we walked past a shop that was selling the stuff.
Yeah.
And you got your German girlfriend an Olympic 2026 beanie. So she's going to be Olympic ready.
Value? €30.
Well, that's a big gift.
Hey?
That's a big gift.
Now, a lot of women go, my boyfriend's in Milan, he might get me some high fashion couture.
It was during Fashion Week. So there you go. A beanie for the Olympics. This will be fucking... There'll be a landfill. Thousands of these. So we'll put that out there.
I can't see her being excited about that.
There you go. That's a good one.
Listen, this is my It's the Thought That Counts box.
These are chocolates. These are what's called Mozart chocolates. They are a 3-layered chocolate. Tell me if I'm incorrect at any stage. And I would say that you bought... I wasn't with you when you bought these. You would have bought these in Vienna, Austria.
Correct.
Where, by the way, they have weed stores in Vienna, Austria that are meant to be just CBD. But if you ask for THC, I'll give it to you. Austria. They
trusted you.
We're seconds away from making it legal. We're Austria. So that's... there we go. That's
now they're good. Now they were obviously
they're chocolates. They're chocolates you've been carrying around for 5 weeks.
5 weeks, squished. Also, almond in them, and she's allergic to nuts.
Oh, what's trinket might be in this box? I can't open it. It's got a sticky tape.
That's just a Christmas
ornament.
A bauble from Helsinki.
I bought one Christmas ornament at the Van Gogh Museum. That's the only thing I'm bringing back.
The Van Gogh.
Yeah,
we got the same one.
Oh golly, it's a glass one. It's of the sunflowers. Van Gogh. There you go.
That was when we were in Amsterdam.
That one Van Gogh's all right.
We had 4 shows in Amsterdam.
Yeah,
I'm coming back to do my own shows. I sold 700 tickets to the people of Amsterdam. So thank you. What did you remember from Amsterdam?
Really banging gigs. And I used to do like the arena there. And now that we've moved into a theatre and we sell the same amount of tickets but over the amount of nights, I would go back to Amsterdam and do a week-long residency in a small theatre.
It was brilliant.
It was a 1,700-seat theatre. It was fucking banging.
Now, I wanted to reflect, because you've been way more times than me. I even spoke to my dad. I said, I'm Amsterdam, and he goes, how was the red light district? I said, it was all right. And he goes, look, I went in 1977. He's from country South Australia in a town of like 4,000 people. He went backpacking. He was like, man, when I saw this coming from the bush of Australia.
My father said the same thing. He goes, my father was there in 1964, and he goes, bloody smashing looking women. But I'll tell you what, I went there in 2001.
Yeah.
And the women were like, it was 5 times the size, and the women were like super. And there was still the occasional good looking woman, but it was.
My dad told me that there was a rife amount of drunk blokes who were like having a wank out the front of the windows and shit.
Well, before camera phones, you could do such things.
Thanks, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, back in the day, before camera phones, you could have a sneaky wank in the alleyway and save yourself €100.
So
that was before the euro.
We didn't really spend any time down in that area.
Chocolate. Now this is the whole thing. You can buy this chocolate tomorrow when you're leaving the airport.
No, so this is I'm going city by city. Get your hands off it. I'm putting some structure.
Don't touch my special thing.
This is my bag.
Yeah.
I'm going to use this. My Felix bag as structure for the podcast.
I don't know. This is either gold podcast material.
Darren.
We're going to be talking about Greta Thunberg coming up. Don't you worry.
That's my point.
You can fast forward.
This is Swedish chocolate. Now, we were in Stockholm and we did 2 things. Now, the first thing we did was do a lot of material about Greta Thunberg.
I did some. Did you do some? I didn't what you said.
I did do some stuff on Greta. Now, I want to use this moment to do some Greta stories. Because
this is we're going to do stories. It's going to link up. You're very smart.
That's what I was trying to bloody do.
Okay, so Greta. Now, look, I had a special where I really dug into Greta because I did some Greta jokes straight after that. I should be in school. I did some after that, and like people get so angry when men. They called us sexist. They called us like, what are you doing? Picking on a girl, picking on a school child. And then I said, I'm picking now on a 19-year-old when I did my special. Now she's 22. And I think the pendulum has swung where everyone agrees. The left and the right, we all agree, because when I was making jokes about it in Sweden, where she's from, while she was detained by the Israeli soldiers, the IDF had allegedly made her kiss a flag or some shit, right? And the Swedish people were applauding. She is now safe and she is in Greece, so don't get angry at me because of blah, blah, blah.
So I'm going to read the story because I have, for me, I've spent very small amount of time for the news cycle. But last I remember, there was a viral meme of her looking at a sandwich on the flotilla like
She-
4 months ago.
Every,
Remember that?
every time they catch her, that's the only time you see her smile. There's always footage of her smiling like this. And also, the part of the problems with Greta is she still looks like she's 12.
Well, she looks like a medieval peasant because
Yes.
she has that strange chop. She looks like one of these people that's offering you,
She looks like she's short from malnutrition,
Yeah.
not from genetics.
and she's got the keffiyeh around her neck. Now, I didn't understand. I knew she was with that guy from Game of Thrones. And
Was
they're
she
getting
dating
on-
a bloke? Is she dating a bloke? What is?
I don't-
How does she swing on
I
Greta?
don't think so. So I'll read you the story. You react to this. Swedish activist Greta Thunberg.
Okay, first of all, do you reckon the name Greta has gone down in Sweden?
It was on my girlfriend's list for our children, and it might have to be wiped off. I think you can't
No,
have that.
no.
You think Karen's bad?
You think Karen's
Greta.
bad? Greta is the Karen of Europe. If you get called a Greta,
If you love Greta and you're naming your kids after Greta, it's fair to say that kid is going to be a fucking nightmare.
I would prefer Gretel.
Oh, yeah, Greta Colleen, Great Australian.
Yeah, Gretel,
Host
but
of
I
Big
can't
Brother.
go Greta.
So, Swedish activist Greta Thunberg is in Greece with 160 other campaigners on the global Sumud flotilla.
She'd be in Greece right now. You should all stop smoking. It is ruining the planet.
Don't you think? Because she would listen. She's on the environmental beat. That was her thing. When she gets on these flotillas, are there other?
First of all, she's environmental nightmare. She's been like you can't go.
She
you
ships.
can't- what is her purpose? Do you think that the people of Gaza, the Palestinians, when they see Greta, go, "Oh, good, this is all fixed. Thank God." She's a fucking pain in the ass, and I'm sick and tired of people going, "Oh, don't say this is great." I think society now has agreed. Like Trump has said something about it, and now I'm agreeing with Trump. Look what you've done, Greta. You've brought me and Trump together.
Well, there must be other kids who are trying to get a bit of stardom
Yes.
in the activist world who are on the flotilla, and they're like, "Fucking Greta's on the beach. She takes all the fame.
Yeah.
Like it's always about her." And I reckon there'd be some activists on that boat going, "This fucking chick." All the news story is going to be about her rather than what we're up to because she jumps onto it thinking she's going to spread a message.
And she's like-
more people get frustrated seeing her involved because also when this is done and the ceasefire is signed off on, where does she go next? Is she like the Ukraine?
Yeah.
The Ukraine needs my help. South Sudan.
Yes. I'm
delivering clitorises to the women of South Sudan.
Yeah, she's a pain in the fucking ass. Pain in the ass. And name me one thing that Greta Thunberg has actually achieved.
I listen. There's probably some kids that can't sleep at night because they think that the planet's on fire or something. So
No, but like an actual law that's been made, an environmental thing that's been pushed forward. I might be completely wrong. So please, look.
Oh, yes, invite some internet comments.
You always write to me when I've made any mistake in my life. You seem to be, everyone's fucking perfect on the internet. Everyone has made no fucking mistakes in their life. If you have a problem with my statements of Greta Thunberg, please tell me what she has achieved. I am interested to find out, and I can't be bothered Googling it.
well, she also got sent to Greece. Interesting.
Yeah.
So now there's a really funny thing on the internet here where a lot of Israelis are saying, "Why do we have to spend our money to get this woman to go over to Athens? We had to pay for all their airfares to ship them off." And a lot of people from America are saying, "That's what we think when we spend our tax dollars over there." How does that feel?
No. Maybe she has
annoying?
done some good. You turned me around in that sentence. Go, Greta, go.
Yes.
Go, Greta. Greta, the nation is behind you.
She says, "We aim to do with the global Sumud flotilla to set up when our own government failed to do their legal obligation." So, here we go. This is the story. The 22-year-old was allegedly abused by Israeli forces while in detention. Turkish journalists and Sumud flotilla participant Ersin Çelik earlier told the media...
But even that she was allegedly abused by the Israeli soldiers, not pleasant, but she is taking the news story away from the Palestinian people who are being genocided to her.
Well-
Or if you go the other way, or from the hostages, whatever way you want to go. She is taking the attention off the people who are really suffering to Greta.
Well, this is true. I didn't even see this story. Forced to kiss the Israeli
Yes,
flag.
of course, to kiss the Israeli flag. That's what she's supposed to kiss it. Is there footage?
I don't know. I think that's Ted Cruz's thing. You shouldn't that from Ted Cruz and the other rhinos. Slovakia's foreign ministry, meanwhile, confirmed that 10 of the deportees had arrived there, including one of its nationals and 9 people from the Netherlands, Canada, and the United States. So how have they made it?
Also, if you're in a group of people, they're never going to kill Greta Thunberg. It's too big a news story. She is as safe. No one's ever going to behead her or anything like that. She's never going to be killed, right? So the other people, they could be. I guess having Greta is your safety pass. You go in a boat because no one in that group can, because
she's famous.
She's too famous.
Yeah.
She's too famous.
She's not getting a stray missile.
Yeah.
You get a sandwich and a trip to Greece.
Yeah. So if you go with Greta, actually you want to be on the same boat with Greta. Mum, I'm fine, I'm with Greta.
If you were a parent of a young actress, you stand very close to that autistic girl with a weird haircut.
Yeah, just stay with Greta. Greta will be okay. How dare you?
Now, after you've been there on that flotilla, do you enjoy Athens? Do you go off and see the Acropolis? Do you go for a bit of island hopping? You're like, I did my bit, raise some awareness, now I'm off to Mykonos.
I think she goes up to the Acropolis and she goes, too many lights. Look at all the electricity that is being wasted lighting this thing. It was here for years before electricity.
No, Greta gets up there and sees the ruins and goes, look at this, even in Athens, IDF bombing.
Oh, yeah.
Look what became of this place.
I tell you, I promise you, if you're listening to this podcast right now and you think we are being harsh, the feeling in Sweden is not favourable on Greta, at least in my fans, the people,
well, I
not
have
the fans,
no
people who came to
either
see
way.
me.
But here's Donald Trump in the Oval Office discussing Greta.
You have no feelings either way. You were very. When you bought that chocolate, you spoke different.
My feelings are, I just find her quite. I just think it's hilarious that she has this long time rivalry with Donald Trump, and it's made it to the Oval Office. Listen to this.
Well, she's just a troublemaker, I mean, she's no longer into the environment, now she's into this. She's a troublemaker. She has an anger management problem. I think she should see a doctor. She needs anger. If you ever watch her, she's a young person. She's so angry. She's so crazy. Now you can have her. She's just a troublemaker. Yeah, crazy.
I'm sure RFK has some ideas on why she's a troublemaker.
Was that during the same press conference where Trump was just like this? So are you going to what's it, Maxwell? They're going to when you get out of prison. Pardon.
Oh, pardon.
Are you going to pardon Giselle Maxwell? And he goes, I'd have to have a look at it.
She's a troublemaker.
He goes, I'll have to have a look at all the information. What do you mean have a look at all the information? You haven't been keeping up with the story that people ask you about constantly?
You remember what he said of her the first time? I wish her well.
I don't know. I've got a phone number. She probably doesn't have a phone where she is, right? I don't know.
I don't think she touched the kids, right?
Yeah, I don't know. She's just...
She found the phone numbers of a couple of
I don't know. But he said he might pardon her. You'd have to look at more information.
And that information is, will she be quiet?
Yeah. How much information do you actually have on me? I want to see the documents.
Greta is fired back at the Don.
Oh.
She says, I heard Donald Trump once again has expressed his very flattering opinions.
Do it with the voice.
I hear Donald Trump once again I don't know how to do it anymore.
You're doing good, that's it.
Has expressed his very flattering opinions on my character, and I appreciate his concerns for my mental health. To Trump, I would kindly receive any recommendations you have to deal with these so-called anger management problems, since judging by your impressive track record, you seem to be suffering from them too.
Oh, I know you are. You said you are, but what am I? That's what she came back with. I'm fucking your rubber and I'm glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. What? She got him. Boom, shakalaka.
She could have just given a shut the fuck up, you fat,
Yeah, listen, you orange turd. Instead of that, if she gave a bit of attitude, I'd be all right. Well, I understand that you also have problems.
She could have gone with a release the Epstein files. Had some fun with it.
Boo. If she did that.
So that's what we did in Sweden. We made fun of Greta. We asked the locals.
That wasn't the whole show. I did the other material as well. That was about 2% of the show.
I asked one guy who was quite funny. It was like a super tatted up guy. I go, what do you think of Greta? And he goes, yeah, in Sweden, like, I don't know about everyone, but for me, it's like we were famous around the world for having super hot chicks, and she's totally killing that, man.
I think Norway wins now. Norway's the...
Like, Swedish, it was all hotties, and now it's like...
Well, Norway, we were in Oslo. We talked about this in the last one, and you ate a chunk of whale.
I did. Well, I could have eaten bear in Estonia today and made a real evil trifecta with the I could have the whale.
Yeah, there was bear. There was bear on the menu.
Yeah, someone's placenta.
You know
probably.
what a good name for a restaurant in Estonia would be?
Bear with me.
Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls. That's a chain. It's a late night food. If you're drunk in Estonia, you go out and get a Bear Grylls. Yeah, they had a bear there in one of those like medieval themed restaurants where they're like, you'll eat like a king.
I'll have a paw.
Dude, it was pure gout.
Yeah, it's not
It was just pate and bear.
You ate fucking pork knuckles and shit.
I'll read you the menu.
Hey, anyone who's watching the podcast, how fat have we gotten in since the first podcast
really
now?
hard.
It's been quite a fucking journey.
I'm an aged man. So
I want to speak up quickly about the movie Him. I've been getting a little bit of grief online at the moment because I just posted my joke about acting. Of course, I don't think actors are fucking useless. Of course, I don't think it's easy. And yes, I when I said I've never had an acting lesson, I did have acting lessons when I was about 18, 19 or something, 20-something years ago. It's a comedy routine, so everyone calm down. I respect actors that I've worked with, etc., etc. But Him is now out on the telly. You can rent it in America and has an alternative ending. So I'm going to go home and rent Him because I want to see the alternative ending. It has had mixed reviews, the movie, but I fucking love that movie. I think it's a banger. It stays with you. I'm still thinking about Him.
they've gone into the
You haven't seen
They've
Him.
gone to the alternative ending pretty quick.
You can have it as an option. It's like they're bringing it out with special features. There's 45 minutes of extra footage that you can have. It's just DVD extras. They brought you pay for the thing.
Yeah.
There's an alternative.
Do you think
ending.
there'll be more choose your adventure type films where, let's say it's a Netflix movie, and you can go, do you want the happy ending? Do you want the director's ending?
They did that a bit on Netflix already. They've had ones where you have to pick and you press the thing, but it was like the Choose Your Own Adventure books. Like they really want you to go on a certain path, right? Because the Choose Your Own Adventure book, do you go away or do you jump into the pit? Jump into the pit. You're dead. Okay, well that was 3 pages.
Yeah, everyone just keeps going to Sydney Sweeney movies. She fucks everyone.
Yeah.
She gets nude in a pool.
Yeah,
You go, we didn't get that.
Yeah, so Sydney Sweeney is a Nazi officer and it's World War II and she's hunting for Jewish people throughout the town. Do you look up the staircase? She gets a top off. Okay, all right.
She chases after them. Her boobs are bouncing everywhere.
Yeah.
She's wearing a girdle. Oh, God. Because that's what's going to happen. As soon as there's AI movies and it's up to the people to write their own stories, they're going to be basic-ass fucking stories.
It's going to be like the movie Idiocracy where the number one movie is called Ass or whatever. Right? Where people are just going to be like, Because I used to watch my son fucking watch like unpacking videos where toys were unpacked. And now because I like sports cards, sometimes I will just watch a box of sports cards being unwrapped like a moron. Which brings us to...
No, just quickly, I want to finish on that idea because I saw a viral post yesterday from Robin Williams' kids were like, stop doing AI about dad. Because there's all these viral videos where you can recreate Robin Williams as all these different characters and send messages to each other using like Patch Adams or any of these other, Mrs. Doubtfire. And these people think the kids are going to love it. Like, wow, look at all I can recreate my own father and memories. And they're like, we don't want this. My dad wouldn't enjoy this. And so we will be in that place where
Because also it can be used for nasty. People who don't like you can make you do shit. Like, we're only steps away from people making porn of their exes and things like that. You know what I mean? We probably can do it now. You know what I mean?
I'm sure.
And so, like,
you couldn't.
This is I can't. I don't know how. I don't know how to use Siri.
Your exes are safe.
I like straight up porn. My phone's gone slow because of the porn I've been watching throughout this fucking. I've got so.
If you want to make one of those revenge porn fakes on your phone, you would need to print off a picture of your ex-girlfriend's head and then hold it against the phone like this of a regular pornography.
Yeah, no,
That's how incompetent you are.
I don't know how to do anything like that. Luckily for me, all my exes are porn stars.
Okay, so
Saves your time.
The other thing I want to... The other thing I want to get into from Sweden is we went to the most amazing... We museumed out, as everyone is who goes to Europe. But this one...
It takes a lot to make me go to a museum. Everyone always goes, go to this museum, go to that museum. And I'm like... So we went to Van Gogh, which I've been to the Van Gogh one so many times because it's worth seeing the irises and worth seeing the sunflowers. Starry Night, I believe, is in New York or something. It's never there. But, and you see a lot of pictures of him in hats. A lot of pictures of him.
A lot of self-portraits.
Just one with a bandage over his head. A lot of
I
self-portraits.
tell you, they say that my generation's arrogant with the selfies, but just set up that many self-portraits.
Van Gogh with the selfies. He was a hipster as well.
Do we have photos of him? Did he make himself look better than he is?
I don't think he looks that great in the pictures.
But do you think that must have happened a little bit? That's a bit of a generous one.
Look, you're never going to paint yourself fat.
That's what I mean. Like,
You're never painting yourself fat. But also, there are no chemicals in the food, so you're never going to.
a good side profile as well.
Yeah. Oh no. My skin's broken out little lumps at the moment. Like I got to see a dermatologist or something. I'm just.
No, you've actually fallen to bits. We went into a casino. This is actually so funny.
What?
We went to a casino.
Fallen to bits.
Well, okay, so we went to a casino,
Yeah.
and the Estonian women are quite cold, and they said passports, please, and I didn't have a passport. Jim gives his passport over to this chick. She's pulling it up, and I get my driver's license and just put it next to her. Didn't say anything. Put it next to her. And she looks at me and she goes, I'm busy right now with him. Please.
Not your turn yet.
And I was like, look, here's the card. I'm just getting it ready. And this bloke looks at me like, come on, mate. Oh, you could
Come on, you
harsh on her.
You got to wait your turn. I did a bit of that.
Everyone, you got to wait. It's sorry about him.
Sorry about him. He pushes people around a bit much.
Just like the way that Aussie men have sex, always barging through.
I didn't say that,
patience.
but we understand.
We understand what you're saying. Anyway, this woman looks at the passport, looks at Jim and goes, you don't look like this anymore. You're completely older.
She goes, is this still you? Is this still you? Now, I'm a bit greyer because the passport picture's 8 years old and I've lost my hair colour in the last 8 years.
I could not have been happier when you threw me under the bus.
And I'm like,
and then this bitch,
are you fucking kidding me? I have a moustache, so that's a bit different. But it's like, this does not look like you anymore.
Could you imagine if I'm a bouncer and a girl gives me her ID and I look at it and I go, whoa, tough COVID. She fucking rinsed you, dude. Yeah. And then he went in and played
it. It hurt my feelings.
He went in and played a little bit of blackjack
Okay.
against the dumbest.
Okay, the Estonians don't know how to play blackjack. And I get frustrated. My autism goes, no. Right? I saw a guy hit on a 17 against a 5, and I went, mate, what are you doing? He goes, I'm trying to have fun.
Yeah.
I'm going, you might be gambling to win. I gamble for fun.
And I'm sitting down eating a potato salad, watching the football, and I just hear this. Is it fun for you to lose money, is it? Is that fun for you, is it? The guy was clearly a gangster as well. Yeah. He's got a head completely full of tattoos.
Yeah. Moron.
And me and the tour manager were like, this guy's picking on underworld figures at a casino in Estonia. But you're like, no, I have to teach you how to play the game. It's upsetting me.
Yeah, he's doing it wrong.
And then next minute we turn around and you're over there basically giving them a run through and a guide on how they... You ended up making friends and playing their hands for them, it looked like.
Yeah. No. Yes. No. No. You don't know what you're doing. No. And they were splitting 20. They were splitting 10s. It's very frustrating. They were splitting 10s against like fucking 8s and stuff. Like madness.
Yeah, it was one of the worst casinos I think I've ever gone to.
Madness. Dumb as a rock.
In my life.
They were as stoned. Yeah.
I would say that you make pretty rash judgments on countries.
No. The people who were Estonia were great. They all turned out for the gig. I have no problem with the Estonians. They were wonderful.
No, but you're like your dad in this way. You'll walk away now and you'll meet an Estonian in 3 years.
They don't know how to play blackjack. The thing I know about Estonians, because I met two blokes who didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
This is how stereotypes work. You meet one bit of pattern recognition in your life, and you'll spread that forever.
My father, once they had a bloke in New Zealand he went to New Zealand for one afternoon, and the bloke tried to overcharge him for a beer. And my dad still says that about New Zealanders. They overcharge you for beer. They do it to Australians. They do it to Australians. It's a joke to them.
And the way your dad would work with this is he then fills in a bullshit story. So you'd go, well, they're not good at cards because the Soviets took cards away from them. I think there was a blockade on card packs, you see.
Yeah. Because they don't like seeing the king because they had a king.
Exactly, it was banned. It was a push against the monarchy, so they got rid of them. So they don't actually understand what they're looking at there.
Very good at dominoes.
That is, I've started doing that as well. I start just saying bullshit to you all the time.
Oh, yeah, no. And I think my kids believe me when I do it. My father used to, like, I used to think my father knew everyone. When I was a kid, I thought my father knew everyone. Because if we were stopped at the lights and he'd look out the window, there was a bloke doing his lawn, and then my dad goes, oh, yeah, it's Wednesday. Frank always mows the lawn on Wednesday.
Well, that was his bit, was it?
Yeah, but I didn't know it was a bit. And then he always mows the lawn on Wednesday. His bloody wife tells him off if he doesn't. And he's like, oh, I'll do it.
Sorry, one second.
Actually, he's meant to do it on Tuesday. He's a day late. Europeans keep the lid attached so that doesn't fucking fly off and go into landfill.
That's all right.
It's not a problem.
I just talked into this.
You moron.
So let me get back to what I was talking about with the ship museum. It's called the Wasser.
The Wasser. You got to see the Wasser.
This is
Google the Wasser. It does not do it justice until you see this thing. There is very, very few things that I Insta story this.
It's hard for me because I always want to get Jim to do stuff, and the pressure's on for me. Like, if it's not good, you'll be like, I've left the hotel for
I'll
this.
be like this. What are we doing? Why are we here?
And so I rolled the dice on the Wasser. Now, the Wasser was a ship in the 1700s. I believe maybe 1600s. Fuck, you already start forgetting. Maybe it was late 1600s.
Yeah, well, you could Google it very quickly and find out. But it was a ship that was leaving Stockholm, a Viking ship.
No, not Viking. See, you've already fucked it. It was in the period of time. I sold it to you as the Viking Museum because it sounded funnier. It was when they were fighting the Polish.
Okay, so it was an ornate, big wooden boat. You would not. This thing was a fucking monster.
But if we were doing a field trip report right now, and it's only been 3 days, this is a fail straight out the gate.
They were going to fight the Poles. They were going to fight the Polish.
Look, when I was a kid, my ability to soak information.
They had so many. Everything was wooden. It went 300 meters and fucking sank. It was too top heavy. And they put the holes for the cannons too low that the water could sink in. And no one tested it out. They built it in a shed or something, and they rolled it out in the water. They got 300 meters. All the people would have been waving on the side. Off you go to war.
Yeah, 19 people dead.
Off you go, Vassar. Good. If it would have been the shortest, if it was the movie Titanic, it would have been 10-minute long film.
And it goes.
I'm king of the blah, 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 blah.
It tips into the harbour and it's lost, and then they find it in, I believe it's like the 1960s.
It's unbelievable. Google the Vassar.
Perfectly preserved, and so the whole ship is there.
Because it was in the icy water, it didn't get as ruined.
So we're looking at it, and you were blown away instantly. And
blown away. As soon as I walked in, I was like, "Fuck, this is." I would take my kids there and expect them to be impressed at any age.
My favourite thing, and Jack, add this photo in, which you won't. It's okay.
You won't. He's not going to listen.
They did this thing on the ship, which I love, which was they were fighting the Polish at the time. The Polish are not their friends. So on the front of the ship, they have latrines where the men would take shits. And when you take your shit, you're looking into the boat, and they have a carving.
Everything's wooden carving.
Of a Polish man hiding underneath the ship, scared like this. And
I believed it was of a Polish man encaged.
He's meant to be encaged, and we looked it up. This is what they say. This is my favourite inscription on the boat.
Yeah, this is in a museum.
The Polish enemy, the despised dog.
Yeah.
The man under the bench on the boat is a caricature of a humiliated Polish nobleman. According to Polish tradition, a slanderer was forced to crawl under a bench and bark like a dog 3 times and beg for mercy. This sculpture was meant to remind the crew how much they should think of their enemy. Nothing at all. They are, in fact, despised dogs.
Right, and we'll be in Poland. Coming up on our tour, we'll be doing Krakow and Warsaw. Looking forward to it. Done Warsaw, never done Krakow.
This is a time...
I think they're sold out. One of them's sold out, one of them isn't.
Where you're doing serious combat for your nation state, and so you hate the Poles because the Poles are trying to kill you. You've got a big war with their kingdom. Yeah. So on our jets...
But if I was in the toilet, right, when I was at university, I had a poster of Linda Carter as Wonder Woman on the back door because, something nice to look at. I don't want to look at a man in a cage while I'm having a shit.
Are you looking at a caricature of like a really racist drawing of a Chinese man?
Yeah, no, I don't want anything like that.
You're like
I don't want that
taking his shit
during World War II.
Thinking of the Vietnamese, it's like something your dad gave you. Like, here you go, son.
Yeah,
we don't
I-
like the Viets.
Look, it's never good to have an erection while you shit. You don't want to make the picture too saucy.
Would you be able to get away with that now? Would you have like an aircraft jet and it's just like a really bad drawing of the Taliban? Like an Arab man on top.
Oh, it's not hard.
Clinging underneath?
It's not hard to draw them. They've got a very distinct outfit. But yeah, no, I don't. I don't know. Okay, so could a Russian draw a Ukrainian, or vice versa?
I think too similar. Could you pick a Ukrainian and a Russian out of a queue? I couldn't. I'm sure they can.
Okay, let's say Australia goes to war with New Zealand. You could definitely draw a New Zealander. The haircut's slightly different.
They've just got Reece Darby underneath them.
Oh no!
On the warship up the front.
Oh,
This is the flight of the Concords.
yeah.
Brit.
Oh no! Didn't know we were going to war.
This is really weird. You've really taken your beef to the Kiwis up a level on this tour.
What are you talking about? I love it. I'm going to perform
Shut
in New
up.
Zealand coming up.
You're a whore
I am.
trying to get your key. Own what you've said about them.
What have I said so bad?
You said they've got hoofs.
It's a joke, I say, and don't ruin my joke. It's a joke that I'll do in front of them. There's nothing that I've said about the New Zealanders that I'm afraid to say in front of New Zealanders, and I have good friends that are New Zealanders.
Well, they won't get it.
And look, and the women, they're good, sturdy women.
They get a big drive-by on this tour. They get a big old drive-by.
They get one joke. One joke.
No, I think there's true bigotry there.
What bigotry towards white people who are basically the same
And this is
as
what
me.
I'm saying. This is how the Russians and Ukrainians do. It's when it's your own, when it's fraternal like that, as brotherhood, you can go as hard as you want on them.
You can go as hard as you want on them.
And that's why you're allowed. That's why we are so mean to them.
If you were to draw if you were Russian to draw a Ukrainian or a Ukrainian to draw a Russian, you could give them like horns and a tail or some shit. You could make them cartoonishly bad.
So if we were to do enemies for like America or whatever, it would be a Chinese guy.
If you were to wooden carve a New Zealander, you would wooden carve a New Zealander, and then you would wooden carve a sheep where his cock would be.
You couldn't do a Mary. You would do
No,
it.
I'm not going to be disrespectful. It'd just be a white fella with a sheep on his cock.
So that's what it is. It would be a spindly Kiwi bloke,
Yeah.
rooting a sheep.
Yeah, and you just
on
make
the front
it
of the
very
HMAS.
billowy. Yeah, on the front of the HMAS. Yeah.
Right out in the front. So
Yeah.
where would normally be an angel?
He'd have the sheep right at the edge. That joke. Why do they shag them on cliff edges so the sheep pushes back? Right. So you'd have the sheep right on the edge of the bow, and New Zealand are just like, hey.
Would you welcome that from the Australian Navy if they said we're getting serious? And we
Look, I don't know if I've mentioned it, but my nephew was in the military, and he told me that there was a project to do that was going up, and you can't prove me wrong.
Okay, so I was like, not the ground I want to go on to. As the inquest goes on.
As the inquest goes on.
There's a conspiracy. It was they were taken down by Kiwi fighters, sonic rays. All right. So that was definitely one of the highlights for us was to go to those museums. We pride ourselves in getting it done in 20, 30 minutes, but we actually stayed there for like...
sandwich. There was a lovely sandwich shop.
All right, Gary.
That was lovely. So it was a lovely chicken bacon barbecue sandwich. The next item in your bag.
So,
I'm enjoying this podcast. Normally it's a chore.
We have this, which is I went to a schnitzel restaurant, and I took their cookbook. So.
Did you take it or buy it?
I bought it. Now I will say, hard to give. I've got a bit of a. Sometimes I have nibby hands where I take things like this from the gigs.
Yeah. From backstage.
This is called Plachuta. This is the restaurant we went to that serves wonderful schnitzels and boiled meats, which you're not a fan of. But
The schnitzels I like, but the fact that you're going to get this cookbook, because the schnitzels are something else. How they make it all puffy like that with a bit of lemon. Now, your German missus, she must be excited about this book.
Do you think my hardline feminist girlfriend's going to be upset when I go, I've got you a beanie to cover up your head.
Yes.
But
she lives in New York and winter's coming.
I got you a cookbook.
Yeah,
Is that a sexist gift?
I didn't get my wife anything.
I think it's... Well, yeah, you got your wife nothing, and I say, honey, I had some food overseas and I think you should add to the roster.
I sent my...
She also works full-time and I don't.
This is how much my wife expects gifts from me. I sent her flowers on my anniversary and she goes, who are these from? Why is he getting flowers?
No, this is true. This is a funny moment for me on the tour. Your wife called 3 times when you're on stage and I answered and said, hey, and she goes, I was just, hey.
My
Amos,
phone, answered my phone.
Is he? Okay, he's on stage right now. She goes, oh, yeah. And there's flowers down. I go, oh, you got the flowers. And she went, yeah, are they for Jim? Or like, who's sending him flowers? Like, is it because of him? Is it from the movie studios, you think? I said, no, it's your anniversary. And she goes, it's in 3 days' time, so he doesn't get any points.
They were good for, and the thing was, because I bought them and I didn't put a name on the card, the card name was mine because it was the same shipping address.
So you send them to yourself.
She said they were the best flowers she's ever gotten.
Okay, so as we move through, these, I can't show you all the magnets, but this just to show you the problem.
All right, so we talked about your fridge magnets before?
No.
Okay, so Amos has a fridge, right? Which I think is...
Not to brag.
Yeah. I've always...
Thanks to you and the sponsors.
Yeah, I've always thought it was pretty impressive. Now, he collects fridge magnets. Now, he normally used to get one from each city, and then, like, we'd go play Spokane, and he'd get a fridge magnet. We'd go play Dallas, and he'd get a fridge magnet, so forth and so on. Anyway, now that we've been to many cities, he started, like, getting 7 fridge magnets from each town. There isn't a fridge big enough.
Okay, so...
All right.
Have you seen
This is Vikings from Sweden.
We have Lake Como. Didn't even go there this year, but went 2 years ago, and so bought one while I was in Milan to make up for it.
All right. This is a troll. I'm going to say, is he from Estonia? He's a banger.
That is from Norway.
Norway troll. Everywhere claims to have trolls. We have to settle on who owns the troll. Here we go. This guy here is from Estonia, Viking. He's got a very delicate fucking
Toothpick,
spear
basically.
there.
We did like, what we liked about this is that Norwegians say that trolls come from there, but we loved the fact that, like, it's the sexiest people in the world, so it's just a bit of fun to them to go, imagine ugly people.
Yeah, they go, imagine, like, someone with big nose. Imagine.
What if their hair was dark? It's so gross.
Imagine it. Yeah, if the dark hair and someone who is like still not really fuckable. Imagine they'd be humorous. They would live under bridge, and we have like good healthcare and housing, but still we wouldn't give it to them.
Dude, that's so funny that the early Norwegians who went abroad...
They're another Norwegian troll.
The Norwegians went abroad and saw a brunette and came home and told mythical tales of how gross people are.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe. Here we go. Here's an Amsterdam sex shop with just prostitutes in a window.
Bit of fun.
Bit of fun.
So you got that one? Now, many of them, that's just like moose, boring.
Bergen. We weren't in Bergen this year.
We didn't
go to Bergen.
But I didn't get one last time.
Yeah, but how are you buying Bergen ones?
You'll find the airport has a lot of other places. Now, I'm going to show you some. You see if you can guess where we were. What's that?
That is a Colosseum. That is Rome.
No, Spartan helmet, Greece.
Greece.
Remember we had Greece?
You can't have this on your fucking fridge from Stockholm. Every time the fridge opens.
Dude, this
What is you fucking your fridge a 2-bit shop? Is it a fucking massage parlour where the girl's working out the back and she needs to come to the front counter?
That's when she opens that door up. My girlfriend's getting snacks, and I can go, no.
We had a chocolate box that used to play Christmas carols, and my wife put all the chocolates in there for Christmas, so you couldn't get sneaky fucking chocolate. Every time you got it, everyone in the house knew you were getting chocolate.
So I don't want to labour on this too much because I do have a magnet problem.
A magnet problem.
No, this is true.
You attract trouble.
I used to
This is Estonia. This is just a picture of a little house.
All I give a fuck about now is getting my magnets. Like, it brings me
How
joy.
much does a magnet cost?
They're about $4, or sometimes 3 for €5. This is Belfast. I got this Vienna Tower.
That's a good Belfast one.
Mykonos. We didn't go there, but I have been before. The Vienna Crown. The Danish Crown. I got all the crowns. Because I'll have a crown section, a royal family section.
Fucking loser. Here we go. Here's Pippi Longstocking.
Pippi Longstocking.
Pippi Longstocking.
I was trying to get a Greta one, but they only have Pippi.
Oh, she's from Sweden, is she, Pippi?
Pippi Longstocking's from Sweden, so I said, I get a Greta? They didn't have one. That one was 89 koruna.
I'm going to say this is a Portuguese donkey.
No, that is Sweden's mascot or something. It's this red. They have this red horse, which I don't understand what he's all about.
That's one of these Swedish horns. Okay, we can't keep going.
No, we'll keep going. Okay, so here's the thing. This is what I have going on in my head. My nana
That's a good fridge
Nana
magnet.
Marguerite
That's solid.
was a big traveller back in the day.
Yeah,
and she got eggs.
Poured away around Europe.
She got ornate eggs like this. And I got this as a decoration. And when I was a kid, I used to go over there and look at them, and I couldn't believe that my nana had been to all these places. So I think that my grandchildren, this is all I'm going to hand down. You can hand down wealth. I can hand down fridge magnets from the time and souvenirs with these things, because they won't keep making things like this.
You don't think they'll keep making this? People will always buy this shit.
They'll buy cheap NFTs.
No, the sports card thing. Sports cards, people have gone off the NFTs. They've gone back to, like, wanting to have physical cards.
Fuck, what's this thing?
This is not...
Oh, my God. Look at that.
This is fucking... You're a disgrace. This is a bike from Rome.
There's a Danish acorn with a animal coming out of it. Oh, my God, they just keep coming.
Mate, there's fucking... There's hundreds of them. And there's more in this bag.
This one here.
What do you mean they just keep coming? There's other bags, man.
You are right. I am a...
What the fuck's that?
That's a Christmas decor. Oh.
What's this? What's this fucking junk? Fucking, you spent 20 euros on this. This is fucking shit. Now, obviously, the podcast, we promise you every episode we'll give you 50 minutes. We've given you an hour and a half. We've given you an hour and a half. You think Joe Rogan runs long, do you? Imagine if the cunt had fucking fridge magnets. If you look at all this shit here, that is about one of your gigs.
Oh, yeah, I'm barely making a profit on what I've done here.
Oh, no, you're making a profit. Don't act like I sell you short. You get paid fair.
Anyway, listen, I don't know why I decided that to be the content, but it was our last episode.
I will, in all sincerity, thank you very much for this tour, Amos. You're the best opening act a man can ever have. You do a very good job. I will give you that.
Thanks for me magnets, Daddy.
That's all right, mate. That's
Look what
all right.
I get. Imagine that you go, why do you take Amos on the road? He takes payment in magnets and dinner.
Now, what we're going to do is we're going to record now the intro, and I will explain to the audience what the last hour of the podcast is.
Well, I think the last hour, if you really think about it, is me. I'm laughing maniacally because I haven't seen them laid out like this, and it's really dawned on me that it's a little bit odd.
You know what you should do?
I think I'm quite a normal person.
I'm not kidding. You should put a magnet on the back of that.
And just put that, yeah. I mean, anything can be a magnet.
Yeah.
What's also interesting is that...
Like if you had that on the fridge, that would look all right, and that would be...
Would we say that the ironic thing here is that the magnet chat is quite repellent to the audience?
We don't know that, mate. What if this is the thing that catapults the podcast? We go from 50,000 listeners to 200,000 because people are like, oh, the magnet chat.
This could end the podcast or make it. We don't know.
Yeah. They're falling down the cracks of the seats.
Yeah.
And don't let that happen because this is my hotel room.
Well, anyway, folks, to all the Europeans, thanks for an amazing tour. It is 11. I'm getting a flight to New York at 3 a.m.
We're going to watch a little bit of the baseball, the playoffs. The Dodgers have been crushing it. I'm looking forward to seeing my kids, but thank you everyone in Europe. This was something special.
And you can DM me your favourite magnets that you've got at home. I'd love to see those.
And also, hey, LeBron James, fucking shit stirrer. Good night, Australia.
Good night, Australia.